like Turney, and I like anime.
I'm Ross Everett, and this isn't even my final form. Right?
Got it.
Thanks, Reddit.
Welcome to Anime Glove. This week we watched Dot Hack Quantum, and it was awesome.
Very cool. Very, very, very cool. More anime should be like this, you guys. It reminded me so much of, like, I'm going to undo all the respect that you guys just gained from me, but it reminded me a lot of the South Park episode where they're in the world of Warcraft. But, like, I love any kind of story with a built-in framework. You got, like, The Princess Bride, where, like, the entire story takes place within a story itself.
Okay.
So this was very cool because it starts out and you have no interest in like these three girls, and then they become like these super cool like fighting characters. American Dad has done episodes like this that I really enjoy. The idea of real life consequences happening from events that take place in a fictional world. Super cool. I'm on board already.
Yay! So Dot Hack Quantum tells the story of three girls who basically play this game called The World, and it's basically like World of Warcraft.
Oh, yeah!
And shit gets crazy, and they get trapped inside, and there's a little cat boy named Hermit, and he's dead.
Oh, well, there's a big old spoiler alert, retroactive. I'm such a huge fan of stories that unfold in front of you, where the storyteller allows the audience to kind of assume certain things about what's going on within it. So they didn't tell us what like a PK was, they just used it and you were able to figure it out contextually what it was. The only part of this that was like a little dumb was the explanation, how on the nose it was about why the lost ones were there. But everything else was just like a very slow, like they would lift it up maybe 90% of the way and the viewer got to go the other 10%. And
they did the hitch, they did the 90-10.
Yeah, the 90-10. For me it was more like, cat food? Yes, please.
I thought it was fantastic because as someone who played World of Warcraft, it was very like, oh yay, we're going, and there was like a guild that was fighting a boss, and that was awesome. That's something you really see in the airships. That's something I've totally been on an airship like that. And I loved Hermit, and I loved that he has a little stick, and he would just poke you, and you'd be fucked forever.
I did not like him at first. I saw him and I was like, great, like a stupid cat. I'm really averse to the aspects of anime that's like, oh, it's so cute for the sake of being cute. And I feel like it's pandering to me. It's exactly what it is. So I didn't like him at first, but then you get this real dark side, and it was almost like they tricked me into like, oh, you're going to assume things about this cat because it's a cat, and we are going to turn it on its head. It's actually a dead little boy.
And, spoilsies, and at the end, he just friggin' loses it. We actually watched all 3 episodes since it's like self-contained and it was short enough, so we watched all of them together. And in the last episode, he's just like, oh, I'm dead? Now you dead, everybody dead! And I loved it.
What type of anime was this?
This is a seinen anime, lots of action. Even though it follows 3 girls, and I actually got some tweets from people saying that they don't like anime that have that focus on one sex or like one gender, but I felt like because they were warriors and they were kicking ass, I didn't really notice it was like a girls kind of anime.
I would almost call it
for sure.
genderless because it wasn't, their gender played no role in that.
Exactly.
And that like in American content, and like if you look at American films and stuff like that, you will rarely see a female character that does not revolve around her gender. That's like talking about like, oh, there's this guy that I like, or here's my relationship with the male sex. But this was honestly genderless. It could have been boys doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
So that was really cool. Good on you, Japan.
So this is just one of the Dot Hack series, but it's the only one we got to watch. So would you watch more of the Dot Hack series?
I'd give it a shot. I liked how short this was. I felt like I didn't like have to invest a hell of a lot of time in it. The thing that's been stopping me from watching the other animes that I've like been like, oh, I'm interested in this, is first of all, I need to catch up on Doctor Who, and that's my priority, to be honest, and then we'll go Soul Eater and Full Metal Alchemist. But this was like so short, it really took me an hour and a half, like the length of a movie, to watch the entire series, which was, hey, keep on that. Do more of that.
I feel like I would definitely keep watch more Dot Hack. I remember when Dot Hack was really, really popular when I first started cosplaying, and everybody was cosplaying, and now I'm like, I wanna do it. And I'm gonna cosplay the dead kid because I think that cat is so cute. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen.
The reason I didn't like it is the reason you loved it.
Next week we're watching Eden of the East.
Sounds biblical. That's all I got. I think that there's gonna be something about a snake and an apple.
Well, you're in for a treat because that's actually the whole thing. It's an apple and a snake and they go on adventures.
No, it's not. It's the adventures of an apple and a snake. What was that old kids cartoon show where there was a worm and an apple and they were friends? Oh boy. So if you guys want to join us next week on Anime Club and watch Eden of the East, you can watch it on Netflix and go to netflix.com/SourceFed. Gives you 1 free month of instant streaming, helps you out, helps us out, keeps the show going. And review it and upload your video to YouTube and put hashtag SFN Eden in that title. We'll find it and we'll put you at the end of the video just like these people.
This week for SourceFed Nerd Anime Movie Club, whatever it's called, we were asked to watch Dot Hack Quantum.
Now this little OVA follows Kite, Black Rose, and Balma. What? This is Quantum. Sorry, I thought we were talking about Twilight Bracelet.
It's a little bit jarring when they kind of take their visors off, go out of game, and you see them versus their in-character them, especially in cases where, say, it's a little girl and then you find out she's a much older woman.
Had a lot of elements of gaming that I really liked. Backstory, character development throughout those 4 episodes or 5 episodes, whichever it was. This was actually really good. I really liked it.
At first I thought this anime was going to let me down. I was wrong. I ended up really liking it, and the concept that a boy could hack into people's identities, find a matching donor for a condition he had, blew my mind. Overall, I give this anime 8 gluten-free sandwiches.
It's nothing like what I remember of Dot Hack, it being a serious, thought-provoking anime that actually showed RPG elements in games, and it was, I think, a social controversy of what happens when games get too into you, when you get too into games.
I thought it was pretty believable for the most part. Then there's the idea of implanting a chip in your brain for authentication. I can see that happening. You can lose your phone, but you cannot lose your head. Or if you do, you wouldn't care about it after a few short moments.
Something interesting to me in this anime is that they all have chips with their personal information on their skin or in them, which is ridiculous because the cat thing was able to get people's information from these chips after it took them prisoner in the game.
You can see that the aspects of the design come from World of Warcraft, which I played for 3 weeks continuously and then had to quit because I wasn't doing anything else with my life, and I still have twangs of addiction towards World of Warcraft.
There are high school students who need to go to class and study and basically manage their real time with their game time. I'm sure a lot of us have had the experience of being online for 4 to 6 hours, having to go to work or school the next day and feeling like shit because we didn't manage our time correctly.
While recording this, I've actually stopped for about 10 minutes and I've sat trying to figure out how exactly it's pieced together, and honestly, I'm probably just an idiot, but I can't really figure out how it fits together. So I might go and actually watch some of the other ones, and hopefully that sort of clarifies exactly how it works.
I loved the first episode, but the average story, the bad storytelling, and the uninteresting characters mean I cannot recommend this. With that said, I'll see you on the next Anime Club.
So I found this thing. Let's give it a go.
No,
Here we go.
no.